Oh, learn.
End of the road.
To help you guys pass first time. That's the goal. It's got a lake.
I bet you don't have tractors in London,
No
do you?
way. Tractor on a driving test. We got your back always. And switch. Hold on. Lighting.
What's that so bright? Do you do brake, then clutch, or clutch, then brake?
Boom, boom, boom.
Mind.
Okay, you adjust it to your car. You're driving.
It's not my car. I wish. Can you edit out 10?
Oh, now you're asking. How good do you think I am? This ain't Pixar. What is up, guys? Welcome to another mock driving test video, and today we're with Lauren. Lauren's from
Driving Test Success. Our app is the #1 on the App Store. We've got games, has a perception, the whole revision bank from the DVSA.
Download it. Everybody that I speak to who has the theory apps downloads the Driving Test Success 4-in-1 theory app, because it's not just theory, it's everything else as well. It's got how to drive, what you should do on your driving test.
Yeah, we've also got a pass guarantee scheme where...
The what? Pass guarantee scheme?
Yeah.
You guarantee people pass it?
Guaranteed to pass if you complete the structured learning plan to 100%.
Just learn the whole app. The same questions come up in your theory test, isn't it? It's just the same questions.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a download link in the description box. Click it, iOS or Android. Get it on your phone. You will pass your theory test nice and easy. But today, we're not doing a theory test, are we?
Nope.
We're going to put Lauren, who's been a driver for 5 years, through
5.5.
5.5, the half always counts, through a driving test. Where are we today?
We are in the West Midlands, Staffordshire.
West Midlands, Staffordshire, okay, cool.
Yeah, Lichfield. Not too
Lichfield.
far from the office.
Sounds nice. Isn't Lichfield
Yeah.
nice? Staffordshire nice?
Very nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Where are you guys based?
Rugeley.
Rugeley.
Yeah.
Rugeley sounds uber posh.
It's not.
Super nice around here. So this should be really interesting. If you're not from London, there needs to be content for you as well. So this is going to be a lot of country roads and a lot of different driving than you normally see on the channel and you normally see on YouTube. So we got your back always. Normally on a mock test, you would sit silent and your examiner would not talk to you at all to let you concentrate, because Lauren's such an amazing driver. We're going to commentate, we're going to chat, and we're going to give you guys hints and tips that you need to know to pass your driving test. We've got the TomTom set up today. You've had a little drive in the car to get here, haven't you?
Yeah.
And to get used to it. What do you think of the car so far?
I love it.
Love it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it? It's super nice.
Yep.
When you're ready,
Yep.
drive on.
Right, into reverse. See, this is quite tricky because I'm on the corner.
Observations is really important. You've got to check both blind spots.
There's a car behind me now, but I'm indicating.
Nice. Don't forget your blind spot check over your right shoulder too. Nice one. What do you think that's there for? Blind spot check on the right.
For the motorcyclists and the cyclists.
Yeah. People that you can't see in the mirror, which
Yeah.
actually there's quite a big area around your car. Okay.
Some people don't know how to check the blind spot or what it is,
Yeah, for sure.
so that's good.
This is such a nice calm area to take a driving test in.
Oh yeah, 'cause it's dead. Oh, learn.
End of the road. Turn left. Then turn left.
Do you reckon she's on a test?
What's the guy wearing? No, that's not a
No.
driving test.
Just an instructor.
Just an instructor.
Okay.
So the sat nav's told you where to go
Turn
next.
left. Then turn left.
Great. And don't forget to check your mirrors
It's
before
hard.
you
Can't
signal.
even see. The roads are so tight right there.
Do you know the area around here quite well then?
Only like in the town centre, not really.
Okay. Town centre, do you go out here quite a lot?
Yeah, I used to when I lived at home,
Okay.
but then not when I moved out. It's a bit far.
All right. Is it a good
Yeah.
night out around here in Lichfield?
After 200 yards,
It is.
turn left.
It is. It all depends who you're with, though, doesn't it?
Okay. If you're with me, obviously it's amazing.
Exactly. Should we just stop off now?
Yeah, let's just go out. Okay.
Okay.
Turn left.
Remember, mirror check before signal. Nice one. Excellent. Why do you think it's important to check that left mirror before you put a left signal on?
Because you don't know who's at the side of you or might be turning left as well.
Yeah, exactly. If there was a cyclist on your left, then we'd want to know about that
Yeah.
before we distracted them or
See, yeah. And see
made them
where
a bit
he's
nervous
going.
with the signal.
And I always check my mirror as well once I've turned the corner or came up
Yes,
the junction.
exactly. Why'd you do
I always
that?
check my back mirror. Just to see if anyone's sped up or anything like that, see who's behind me. And like if I was then to brake, I know that someone's behind me as
And
well.
how close they are, right? Yeah, exactly.
exciting, isn't it?
Wow, imagine if you could take all driving lessons around here. This would be so calm and relaxing. Imagine doing your driving test. Where have you been in London, like central London?
Yeah, so...
Imagine doing those busy streets on your driving test compared to here. It's got a lake. This is so nice.
Do you know, in central London, when you do your driving test, do you have to go like past Buckingham Palace, or is that just me being crazy?
They don't do driving tests near Buckingham Palace. It's too
do they
busy.
not?
No, there's no driving test centres around there. So if you're from like central London, you've normally got to go out to somewhere like Isleworth or Pinner to take your test, which isn't where you live, which again is really annoying. You could probably take a driving test near your house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't do that from London.
So when I took my driving test, there was quite a few. Oh, look, a hazard. There was quite a few test centres that you could choose from.
Nice. Loads of date selection as well then.
Yeah, so there's like quite a few around here. So I know you've got the Lichfield one, you've got like Wolverhampton.
There's one in Staffordshire as well.
One in Stafford.
Yeah, I saw that. I bet you get loads of questions about passing driving tests and stuff on your app.
We just kind of direct them to find an instructor.
You've got a driving instructor finder there, haven't you?
Yeah, that's what we just send them the link
Oh, yeah,
to.
cool.
Second exit.
So there's a variety of driving instructors on the app that students can like go to.
So if you've got the big list of driving instructors, obviously that's really good for students. If you're thinking about getting a driving instructor, obviously you won't know them before you get in the car with them.
Yeah.
So top tip, don't get stuck with a boring, stuffy old driving instructor that you don't know. Maybe book a 1 hour lesson with 3 or 4 instructors and just see who you gel with. Everyone teaches slightly differently.
Yeah.
My teaching style is kind of like swift and bouncy. Some people might not gel with that. So
At the end of the road, turn right, then take the second left.
So you've got to find someone who teaches how you want them to teach, and who you can, like, you're going to spend loads of time with your driving instructor. You want someone you can actually have a laugh with and spend some time with.
Definitely.
And who doesn't make you feel like intimidated or shout at you.
Yeah, I found that when I was learning, it took me a while to find someone that I was actually like gelling with, because it's a hard thing, because you know you're spending most of your time learning how to drive with them.
Look at that clutch control, that was amazing. Yes.
Oh, don't put me off. You're spending so much time with your driving instructor, you want to make sure that they're the right ones for you. Like, they might not be a fit for you and you might not be a fit for them.
Yeah.
So it's so important to find someone that you just like connect with.
That's it.
Even though they're just teaching you how to drive, it's still a big thing.
It's a really big thing, and you're investing so much money in your lessons. You want someone that can teach you not just quickly, but in a fun way.
Yeah. 100%.
I've heard so many horror stories about driving instructors shouting at people or giving people less motivation for driving, and people just giving up because they felt like they couldn't do it because, their driving instructor just wasn't nice to them.
No.
Such a shame. Your driving instructor just shouldn't just be a person to tell you what to do. There should be a coach, a leader, and a motivator. That's such an important part of the job as well. Oh my God, look at this road.
Oh my God.
Super narrow. So if you came down here on your driving test, how do you reckon you should be driving?
Slow.
Slow, yeah, definitely. What's the speed limit here?
Even though it's 60.
Yeah, it's 60 miles an hour.
But it's
Imagine
not
doing
big
60
enough.
here. Do you reckon you fail a driving test?
Probably.
100%. If you go down here at 60 miles an hour, your examiner's going to hit the brake and ask you to slow down and return straight back to the test center.
Yeah. 100%. It's so narrow and so... You can't really see what's coming either.
You can't. There's so many blind corners. We can't see down there at all. If 2 cars are coming at each other at 60, that's a combined speed of 120. Imagine that. Yeah, exactly.
It's just the impact, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you ever had something like that on... Like, have you ever been on someone's driving test with them and the examiner had to like slam the brakes or anything like that?
Oh yeah, it happens quite a lot. If you do something...
The road, turn right.
If you do something wrong on your driving test or you're about to do something dangerous, your examiner will brake for you and stop the car from getting into an accident, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that happens. That's a common way for people to fail, usually setting off from a junction too quickly when it's not safe.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's such a rubbish way to fail because you know you failed. As soon as the examiner hits the brake or touches your steering wheel, you know you failed.
And there's just no going back from there.
No.
I bet you don't have tractors in London,
No
do you?
way! A tractor on a driving test.
So now when the test starts, so like when someone goes for their driving test, what actually happens? So I have to do like the show me, tell me questions and...
Yeah. So when
Yeah.
you get a driving test, you'll turn up to the test centre. If it's got a car park, then you park your car in the car park. If it's not got a car park, then you just park anywhere local.
Okay.
Your examiner will meet you at the test centre.
Yeah.
And then they'll normally do an eyesight check away from your car. So they'll get
Okay.
you to read a number plate that's not close to your car. And then they'll give you an explanation of how the test works. So
Okay.
they'll tell you what's about to happen, which is quite reassuring. They tell
Yeah.
you how long the test is and what you're going to do, like a manoeuvre and some independent driving.
Yeah.
And then they'll give you a show me, tell me question, which you will have practice with your instructor. Or if you haven't, there's loads of videos about it on YouTube.
Yeah.
We've got one. You've probably got.
Yeah, we've got some as well.
Yeah, exactly. And there's an official list of questions. So it's not random. There's 14 questions that they can ask you. And that's on gov.uk. So they give you the questions and they
Yeah.
give you the answers. It's not hard at all. Then the examiner will get in the car with you and they'll set up their sat-nav if you're going to do sat-nav driving.
Yeah.
Or they'll ask you to do a manoeuvre, or they'll just ask you to drive on. They'll let you know if they're a good examiner that they're not going to talk to you, but if you need help, ask them.
Okay.
If they forget to tell you that, then yeah, you can ask your examiner for any help that you need. The
Okay.
worst that can happen is they'll say, well, sorry, I can't help you with that. If you say, what's the speed limit? They're going to say, oh, sorry, can't help you with that. But if you say, oh, where was I supposed to go? They're going to say, yes, left or right.
Oh, okay. Because I remember when I was doing my test, it was you have to follow the signs.
Yes.
And do they not do that anymore?
They
because you
do
have to sat-nav?
sometimes. 1 in 5 driving tests still follows road signs. 4 in 5 do a sat-nav. So they still do
okay.
that sometimes. Yeah.
That's interesting, isn't it?
I find following signs, people think that following signs is really difficult, but imagine the kind of route that you're going to get if you have to follow road signs. It's all going to be straight main roads,
Yeah.
leading to another big main road with another sign.
Yeah, like one here.
Yeah, like this one. It's a big, long, straight main road. So
Yeah.
you're not going to get a harder test route following signs. You'll get a more intricate test route because you can do that on a sat-nav.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, interesting.
It is. And
Wow.
what are the different manoeuvres that people have to do now?
On your driving test, you can do forward bay parking, reverse bay parking.
Okay.
If you do reverse bay parking, we'll do it in the test centre car park. They
After
won't take you
400
to.
yards, turn
A
right.
random car.
They won't take you to a public car park to do reverse parking. If you do parallel parking, you'll do that on the side of the road, or they'll just ask you to pull up on the right and reverse. That's a manoeuvre. So if we're following this massive high-sided vehicle, how
Yeah.
far back do you reckon it would be safe to go if you're on your driving test? Would you want to be far away as
right.
possible, or
Yeah.
let's turn right? So I would say if you're following a massive vehicle,
Would it be like 10? What? I don't know.
normally
10
your following
distance.
distances are 2 seconds from the vehicle in front. And
Yeah.
that's a really good measure because it's relative. The faster you're going,
Yeah.
the further that gap is. So how you measure that is when the vehicle in front passes something stationary, like a lamppost, you start counting 1, 2, 3, and then when you pass that lamppost, stop
Yeah.
counting, and that's your distance in seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I reckon on that tractor we were probably about 1 second away. So we would probably want to widen that a little
Yeah.
bit.
Slow down.
When you're following a high-sided vehicle though, it's
Yeah.
harder to see around them.
Okay.
To get through your driving test, it's all about planning ahead.
Yeah.
So when you plan ahead far enough, nothing jumps out at you and can make you fail. So you plan for everything. With those big vehicles though, you can't see past them.
No,
Unless you're pretty far back, so you'd want to be
Yeah.
a bit further back just so you can plan ahead better.
Turn
Okay,
right.
roadworks, that was interesting.
Oh.
Dealing with this is very, very tricky. Those signs are a massive help. What does a blue circle mean? Theory test question.
It's something that you have to do and that you can do.
Yes, exactly. So if the arrow points right and it's in a blue circle, you have to pass it on
Yeah.
the right. So that might have been really baffling at first, but you just have to look at the sign.
Yeah.
Driving's made easy in England because we have amazing signage everywhere.
Yeah, we do.
So you just follow, okay, the arrow says I can go right there and I'm going to go right there. That's why it's really important to learn your road signs. And if you haven't learned the road signs, then you need to
Download the app.
download the app, link in the description box.
I have another tip. So, do you know like the red triangle
Yeah, yeah.
signs? If you create a triangle with your fingers
Yeah.
and then separate it as a W,
Warning!
warning sign.
Oh, that's genius.
Yeah.
That's so genius. How to remember danger signs, warning signs.
Yeah, warning signs.
Brilliant. What's a red circle mean?
Means it's forbidden.
Yeah, can't do that.
Nope.
What about green signs? What do
Oh,
green
the
signs have
green
on?
signs are the ones that provide the driver with information.
Yeah, information and directions.
Yeah.
These are all questions on your theory test. So if none of these make sense, then you need to go and download the app and practice
Yeah.
for your theory test. When you've got a theory test pass certificate, how long do they last? couple of
2
years? 2 years, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's more than enough time to then go and pass your driving test. You can take driving lessons though while you're learning your theory stuff. You don't need a theory certificate
That's what I
to
did.
learn to drive. Yeah, because it's much easier, isn't it?
Yeah, it
You
just speeds
can-
up the process a lot faster as well for yourself, and you feel like you've hit one goal and it determines you to finish the next one
Exactly.
and achieve the next one.
The stuff you're learning in the app, you can see it on the road. Look at that sign. It makes much more sense when you're seeing it driving than just seeing it on the app and having to learn this information without actually being able to apply it.
Okay, Francis, so
Go for
what
it.
do the blue signs mean?
Blue signs are motorway
End
signs.
of the road, turn left.
Boom.
And what does a red sign with a blue, like a red circle with blue filled in?
Red circle with blue filled in. Is that no stopping?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah,
I think
okay.
so.
That's with the red cross, yeah?
Yeah.
And the blue, yes, boom.
Turn left.
I feel like I'm going back to school here with you guys. It's such a nice vibe that you've got in the office as well. You've got such a nice team. The guys at Driving Test Success super care about you guys passing, which is why they reply to all of the comments on the socials. Sometimes it's you replying. Is it always you replying?
Always me.
Always Lauren. So if you reply to anything on their socials, Driving Test Success, it's Lauren replying. You're talking to her. She's giving you the tips to help you pass your theory test first time. Because you don't want to have to do it again, right?
No.
No, so talk to Lauren.
Yeah.
She'll help you. She got your back.
I will. So do you know, like when a car's turning in, so like at a junction, and the car's indicating to come in left,
Yeah.
would you advise the new learners, even though someone's indicating to come in left and they're wanting to go out of the junction, so I'm the learner wanting to go out of the junction and someone's coming in,
Yeah.
I'd advise, and would you advise, that a learner waits until that car starts turning to then make their move?
That's an interesting one. Sometimes, and in the highway code or in the theory app, there's some questions about that. And I know that on the driving handbook, it says be sure that someone's actually following their signal. So with mopeds and motorbikes, they have a system where you have to signal and then cancel it. It doesn't work like it does in a car where it cancels for you. So with mopeds and motorbikes, make double sure that they haven't just left their signal on. But with cars, when you get up to a junction, it ticks at you, and you have to physically signal. Your signal actually cancels as well. So if it's a car signaling and you can see them slowing down, you can definitely be sure. I have seen people be marked down for this before because there's one car coming, you're waiting, they're signaling and slowing down. Why are you hesitating? There's 5 cars behind you that want to go. People worry about hesitation a lot on their driving tests.
I know.
Yeah, do you get that question a lot?
Yeah, some people just ask, you know, how do we deal with nerves? Like, I'm not sure when to go, I'm not sure when to pull off.
Here's a good tip. If you're waiting at a junction and there's a car coming, think, would I walk out? Would I cross the road here? If you would cross the road, you can definitely drive out because you can drive quicker than you can walk, right? Yeah. So if you would cross the road at that point, then definitely drive.
Okay.
And while a car's coming, think, would I cross? I think this is the easiest driving test route I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Not joking.
What is the worst test route you've ever seen?
The worst test route is at Barking. The worst test routes are all that I've seen anyway, all at Barking Test Centre. Guys, where's the worst place that you know to take your driving test? Comment below. I want to know the best
And the worst.
the best and the worst test centres that you know about. Maybe it's your test centre that's the worst, maybe it's yours that's the best. But the roundabouts here are quite big, but there's no traffic on them. Let's have a look at this one. So we're turning right on the roundabout. Would you need to signal here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check my mirrors,
Great,
indicate,
awesome, nicely done.
slow it down.
Brilliant, we can see that car was signalling off, so we're going to set off there.
Feed the wheel.
And we're leaving here. Would you signal left here?
Yeah.
Yeah, to show
Just
everyone here that we're leaving so that they can proceed onto the roundabout. Brilliant. So would you say that was a hard roundabout or an easy one?
That was fairly easy.
Yeah, there was some traffic, but there was clear gaps to set off into. So this is a nice area to drive in. The roads are really long, nice and simple. There might be some other areas they can take you to that are more difficult, but I think this is one of the nicest places to take a test I've seen. What do you guys think? Comment below. How are you finding the TomTom system? All right?
Yeah, I use a sat-nav and Google Maps, and I've used a TomTom before. So
Okay.
but no one really uses them anymore, do they?
No, they don't. When you've got free sat-navs on your phone, then there's not really much point in buying a £100 sat nav for the
No.
car unless you're a driving instructor.
Can't you use these as a driving instructor?
You can, but I prefer to use the TomTom because it's what they use on the driving test. TomTom sometimes say weird stuff like it just told you to bear left. What's a bear left?
Yeah,
Or
what's
like
the third?
tiger left,
the third
lion
right?
left? What kind of left you want? So they people need to get used to it.
Okay.
Used to the things that it says. So I could use Google Maps because it's more straightforward, but that wouldn't really be setting you up for the test.
So I'm going straight on here.
Straight on here, yeah. I think we're quite close to the test centre again.
Go
So
straight on.
this is where you're going to be coming back to your driving test. This is where, oh yeah, Rugeley. Saw that on the sign.
Yeah.
Rugeley, darling, yes, please.
We do not speak like that.
It sounds so posh, it sounds so nice. So you're coming back to the test centre now. If you've done a driving test, you'll be like, all right, cool. And if you practiced in the area, you'll be like, oh yeah, wicked, I'm coming back to the test centre. This is it, I've finished, but now you're not concentrating.
No.
That's the most common time to fail your driving test, when you're nearly finished, because
You're so eager to.
you're so eager to finish and now you're
Yeah.
thinking, wow, I haven't made any mistakes.
So what would you do here? Because it's a junction.
Give away. Is there anyone else coming to
No.
let it go first? No? Carry on.
After 200 yards, you have reached your destination on your right.
Great. So that's the end of the route, and your sat nav on your driving test will say you've reached your destination. It doesn't mean you're back at the test centre. Your examiner should then say that's the end of independent driving. I'm going to direct you from here. So,
Okay.
Lauren, that's the end of independent driving. Take a next right, third exit on the roundabout.
Okay.
You have reached your destination on your right.
Maybe they're going to the test centre.
I think they are, yeah, with those L plates. Maybe it's a driving test. Good luck if it's your driving test.
Oh,
Brilliant, lovely roundabout there. Really nice.
what are the roundabouts like in London?
Massive, really busy,
Really?
loads of lanes. Which one? Don't get to single left. We'll say we didn't see that. We'll pretend we didn't see that. Wow, interesting.
Very.
Take the next, not this one, but the next left after. Follow that learner.
They're definitely going back to the test centre.
Yeah.
Should we wait and see if it's a pass?
See if they pass or fail. Good luck if it's your driving test. If you're taking your driving test soon, wherever you're taking your driving test, let us know where it is. Oh, here it is. Here it is. There it is.
Test centre.
Driving test centre. There's some examiners on the left.
Yeah.
Writing out pass certificates, hopefully. We're going to go back to where we started, stop off on the left, and have a little chat about how you got on there. How's that?
Sounds perfect.
Okay, good. So, after this bend, park up on the left, please.
They're going to park.
They've got it. So if you're parking up on the left mirror, signal left, and then nice and gently move in towards the curb. Great. Handbrake and neutral, press. Good job. That's the end of your driving test, Lauren. How do you think you got on?
I think I failed.
Do you think you failed? Why?
I didn't signal at the end of the roundabout.
You didn't signal at the end of the roundabout. Do you think that made you fail then?
Could be a minor.
Could be a minor.
Depends
Yeah.
if I'd cause a hazard or anything like that on the roundabout.
So a minor and a driving fault are the same thing. Some people call them minors. Officially, they're called driving faults, and they won't make you they won't make you fail your driving test. They're things like, oh, I forgot to signal.
Yeah.
The things that you fail for are anything that's dangerous or anything that's against driving rules.
Okay.
So if you're speeding, that's obviously against the rule. The police can get involved in that. If you go through a red light, against the rules. So you're in quite a bad position on a driving test from the driving seat to judge whether you've passed or failed.
Yeah.
So while you're there, don't be thinking, oh, was that a pass, was that a fail, was that a minor or a major? Because now you're not concentrating on what's happening next, so you're going to make more mistakes. You're going to spend 5-10 minutes after your test with your examiner, and they're going to talk you through the mistakes. So don't waste your time on your driving test thinking about whether you've passed or failed. Use that time to focus on the road, and use the time after with the examiner, with the professionals to discuss the mistakes properly.
Yeah.
But those are the things that you can fail for. If your examiner has to go, whoops, then you probably failed your driving test.
Yeah, or if I have to slam the brake on.
Then yeah, you've done something dangerous which they've had to control you for. And if you notice that your speed's gone, let's say you're in a 30 road and your speed's 31, 32, if you bring it straight back down again, you do get some margin for error. So don't go, oh, I'm at 31, I failed. Just chill, relax, keep driving properly. If you find that you were 50 miles an hour in a 30 though, you probably failed.
There's no bringing it back.
Yeah. So how was the driving test? Did you find that really easy, hard, or?
Yeah, it was fairly easy. It was quiet.
Yeah, really quiet.
I think it all depends as well the time of the day that you take your test.
Definitely, yeah. If you take your test at 9 o'clock in the morning when it's school run time, probably going to be a bit more busy.
Yeah.
But we're doing this at about 1:30, so it's
Yeah.
not too bad. Thank you very much for letting
Thank
us come
you.
up and see you. We're going to have so much more content on Driving Test Success on their YouTube channel and their Instagram and TikTok. Their TikTok is amazing. It's got Lauren doing loads of funny videos and informative content that help you guys pass your theory test. And now they're going to have me helping you pass your driving test. So stay tuned and watch out for that content. Guys, thanks for watching the video.
Thank you.
See you on the next one. Peace.